originally from Harbour Grace, and I've been in St. John's since 2009.
And I'm Samantha Picco, and I'm from, I guess, Conception based out, but spent most of my time in St. John's. We own a beauty salon.
Yeah.
Yeah, in St. John's.
So we are the Studio Beauty Bar, and we started out with just a couple of us, but then we kind of ventured into some more newer things now. So now we even have a med spa, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so much.
So now we're full on, yeah.
Do you have like all day?
Originally we were technically two separate entities, and then when Sam and I kind of joined forces, that's kind of how the studio started, but it was never a set like plan. It kind of just was like a snowball effect, I guess.
I guess separately I don't know, there's this thing about being an entrepreneur that it's in you, and it's hard to explain it because I think we both knew that we wouldn't work for anybody else but ourselves. Mm-hmm. And that started out as sole proprietors, and that got busy, and then we connected, and then that got busy, and everything has just been kind of containing it.
I like having it originally was just me and her kind of getting together and starting our little hub, and then we were like, okay, let's try one employee, and now there's like 14 of us.
Yeah.
So it wasn't exactly a set plan,
per
se.
And that comes with a whole bunch of challenges, because it was just her and I, and then all of a sudden now we manage and employ all these people that look up to us and have so much more responsibility. So you don't have a training manual for that.
No.
You kind of, it's trial and error, and you kind of make mistakes, and thank God we have each other to do that with, because if it was just us, see ya. Done. The inspiration, it's just, again, going back to the entrepreneur part of it, just knowing that we wanted to do something that was bigger than just the two of us.
Just both of us, yeah. Because it's more than just that. And we kind of wanted to create more of a culture. So I guess that's more of an inspiration thing.
And I know they want to know what inspires us to be creative and do makeup and the artistic side of it. And that's in our blood from when we were born. I could say I looked through fashion magazines and always wanted to be a makeup artist, but I really don't remember that. It was really just exposure and the path that it took. There are entrepreneurs in my family, there's entrepreneurs in your family.
Definitely. And I think too, like us having film and photography background, well, being on set with that, not actually doing that, but like just kind of like getting into that. So like if I did see certain shoots or I did see certain things, I was like, I want to be part of that, or I want to be able to kind of add to that in my own way.
I did a lot of the performing. I did a lot of social, public speaking and singing and dancing. So being part of a production was always something that made me excited. So always trying to find that environment, I think, was what I was doing too. And
that's kind of what the studio, like, even the name the studio wasn't exactly a plan either. So when we wanted to call it the studio, we just naturally started calling it that, since it didn't really have a name, since it wasn't exactly a set business plan.
No, we're like, meet me at the studio.
Yeah, and just kind of keeping it like a makeup studio. So a studio being that you could be on set, or like having that feeling of photography or film or whatever, because that was naturally both our roots.
Yeah. I think finding that balance between friendship and management is really tough. That's got to be one of the biggest challenges I find.
And taking yourself from being a freelance person, and then now all of a sudden you're a business person, and that your life no longer now revolves about like, okay, this job, this set, this is, my gig or whatever, and that's all you got to worry about that day.
Yeah.
Instead, our phone calls are from like 2 in the morning until the first thing when I open up my eyes in the morning.
And it's from like heat and light to rent to sorry.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Things.
Yeah, and kind of organizing all those people and taking on these, management or business roles that not necessarily that we really have done before. So I think that would be, but I love it, and I think I learned so much, and Sam and I have taken on things that were like, wow, like I can't believe we were able to figure that out. And that could be like marketing, accounting, like all these aspects of a business that are so much more than just the beauty part.
The most important part is the way that our clients feel.
Yeah.
Seeing their faces change, or the confidence level increase, or just the overall mood, that's the ultimately why. And you know what? That definitely goes back to what inspires us to do this, because we're kind of focused on the business side of it right now, but that's really what inspires us, is to make people feel better about themselves. It's ultimately why we do it.
Definitely, like the culture, because like there's a million salons, so what would make us a little bit different? So even when you have clients who are like, okay, I just want to like hang out here all day, and like my dog Sarge is there, and
Yeah,
like
he's our mascot.
there's like fun music, and like it's a little bit different, and it's not your typical salon. So when you come in there, I think like kind of creating that
culture and that atmosphere.
Yeah.
Almost like a community that it's only small now, but it's definitely growing.
We really wanted to focus on the fact that like a lot of people, particularly like in the arts or like, you know, it could be salon or food or whatever, like we're so talented, like there's so many amazing people here in
It's
Newfoundland, and it's amazing. But a lot of people think that like, oh, well, it can't be as good if it's not Newfoundland. Like it needs
But
to
they
be
say we're a
away.
little bit behind all the time.
Yeah.
We want to be in the forefront and know that you can have that same experience in
Anywhere.
the salon here.
Yeah, and knowing that it's not better if it's in Toronto or if it's in Vancouver or wherever, like we can offer it just as equally as a good
The
experience.
same quality of work.
Yeah,
Definitely. It's not
exactly.
better. But also the impact that we can make in Newfoundland. It is a smaller, it's a smaller place, so our ripple effect, I think, reaches people a little bit quicker.
Definitely.
And a little thing can make a big impact a little bit quicker. I like being a big fish in a small pond. I like knowing that I'm safe too, that close-knit community feeling. I really feel like I could literally walk out on Kemah Road right now and say hello to someone I know, someone that they know. And just that comfort level, you cannot recreate that. You can't find that anywhere else.
Newfoundland is just naturally so rich in that, and we've always been
genuine.
like that. And it is such a genuine place, and that it's not like anywhere else in Canada. And I think like we can easily say that.
Yeah,
you know,
I think just the culture and the time that's passed, and right down to our roots from our grandparents, and the work ethic and the talent musically, the food, and then that's just evolved into this artistic community, and everybody really supports one another because it's small, and supporting local. I mean, that's a huge thing you see now, and I think that just that close-knit part of it. And you're asking me what makes that. It's got, the numbers. I mean, we've got, 150,000 people in the St. John's area. I mean, you can feel like a family almost with a business with that amount of people. Work when everyone else is sleeping. Honestly, we work all day, every day. Find good people to support yourself or have around you, but work hard. Work hard, and that will pay off.
Really like know that needs to be 100% your life now. Like it's not just like, okay, I'm gonna do this for a few hours here and then do whatever. Like when you kind of make that choice, like that's 100% your life.
And you will. Once that work goes into it, the truest thing is hard work pays off. And when you work your ass off, it will pay off. So the website is thestudiobeautybar.ca. Yeah. So on Instagram, it's just the studio, and Facebook is the
Studio
studio.
Beauty Bar.
Yeah. Studio Beauty Bar. Yeah.
I was going to ask you to run through those, and you did. So
And we're done.
I stayed pretty still.
You did good.
I'm so ADD.
Thanks so much.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
I'd be like.